What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Stokastic YouTube channel, coming to you with your PGA DFS first look for the PGA Championship. The second major of the year is here. Year is here. There you go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. We're heading to Rochester, New York, where John Smith, the Mormon prophet, pulled the golden tablets out, and now somebody wants a silver jug there. So that's a whole thing. I don't know. I know that religion classes back in the day. It is what it is. Rainmakers, though, I exactly know why we're talking about this. Here we go. Rainmakers, baby. You can get your free starter pack in the video description box below. Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? It's great, great stuff. It's an opportunity to combine NFTs, which I love, with DFS, which I love even more. You put them together. What could be better than do you like my sweater? Well, this is better. Starter pack only, 10K guaranteed, 4K first. I've built a couple of lineups already. I'm also going to be doing my breakdown of everything that we're talking about here. I have a couple of starter cards that could be working out as well. But the huge thing here, 4K core packs in addition. So you're going to get 8 free starter cards in your pack. You're going to start with Jon Rahm or Scotty Scheffler. Otherwise, good luck to you. Definitely want to have one of those two because they're the most expensive cards on the board. And then you're going to combine them together like this, like so. How do I have 2 starters of Adam Svensson? Good time, good time. Either way, get all of those. There are going to be other starter packs that show up from time to time. I know that we got another one before Augusta National. We'll see if we get another one in the near future. But I'm very excited about the Rainmakers product, not just in PGA for the PGA Tour, but for the old UFC. That's been phenomenal. The Rainmakers streets over there for UFC. And of course, the biggie, NFL season coming up here again for round 2 of Rainmakers. Learn some lessons. I'm sure I'll be talking you through a lot of those goodies throughout this entire year, but take advantage of that free starter pack. And then check out my breakdown that I will have covering everything you need to know about some of the best targets on the board for this week. I can actually start with a little bit of that. Look at this. Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, very expensive, $41 and $44 a piece here. Look at Victor Hovland, though. Less than half the price of them. That is a great target. I have used all my Tony Finau. I'm going to have a ton of him in the Rainmaker streets. That's for darn tootin'. Look at Rory down to $24.50. Wild to see him fall down there enough. Hey, I got my core pack, prize pack, Thigala. Love it. Thigala. Colin Morikawa. He's going to be getting fired up here soon, too. I've got to figure out exactly what I want to do with a couple of these pieces. And Tom Kim, lots of great opportunities to make some money over in the old Rainmaker street. So, sign up, do that in the video description box below. All right, I know what you're here for. You're here for the Top Golfers tool. Oh, we also have the PGA Rainmaker projections on Stokastic.com for you. Simply go up to that old PGA tab, go down to, there it is, DraftKings, Rainmakers, PGA Tour projections, good stuff. But we are going to cover a couple of things, lots to get to. I'm going to be flying on this video to try to get in under 20 minutes for you because that's what I've been told I need to do. I'm going to try to do it. Top Golfers tool, my friends. This is where it is all at. I guess I could have just gone to that thing, but I'm going to click out of the Rainmakers deal. Make sure you take advantage of those projections that we have going there as well. Well, we got the tee times. Hey, look at that. Have an opportunity. Projections updated 33 minutes ago. Hey, let's do all of that too. We have FanDuel. We have Yahoo. I'm not going to be covering those on this program. I do that for DraftKings. If you have FanDuel questions, hit me up on Twitter at Eric Lindquist. Happy to answer anything you might ask, except for why are we here? I don't know. Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, you have to begin the conversation here purely because you look at the top 6% here. They're massive, massive favorites in that regard. Ownership, not really crazy either. Scotty Scheffler, a little bit over-owned compared to his optimal percentage. Jon Rahm for $200 more is going to be my priority. If you're going to just give me them both, we saw them. They've been winning everything. The two of them, they're crazy. They're crazy, I tell you. But they're also very expensive. 11-2, 11-4. I am going to have Jon Rahm in single entry at his current ownership until he gets over 20%. I'm happy to be locking, loading, playing all of that you got and a bag of potato chips. I'll be covering my single entry lineup and also talking you through a little bit of 150 process as I'm definitely going to be playing more lineups than normal for this PGA. Really, really like this week and like this golf course. And part of why I like this golf course so much, well, it's fantastic. Par 70, Donald Ross design, just about 7,400 yards, There are only 2 par 5s, and they're both over 600 yards. Hopefully they mix up some of the tee boxes there. They also have 240-yard par 3s that 240 just bomb 3-wood into the wind. Looks a little bit difficult. You've got a very narrow fairway neck in a couple of spots. The rough is really, really long. It's supposed to be cold and windy. It's going to be a wild, wild week. I could see the winning score being anywhere from -9 to -15. Like, there's a pretty wide range of outcomes. They always play a little bit better than you might expect from time to time. I'll be looking at some of the books to see if maybe there's something to be had in terms of trying to find a market for that. But as it stands right now, looking pretty interesting, but smaller landing areas than you might expect in some of these fairways. And that is going to make total driving, such a big part of my portfolio this week when it comes to the old DFS. Now, let's make our way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. Optimal. Scotty Scheffler, Jon Rahm. No shocker that they're there. Rory McIlroy. Who feels good about clicking on Rory McIlroy right now? Anybody? Anybody? You worked with Tiger Woods over the weekend? Seems like a good thing, right? Right? Well, look at this. I get it. He missed the cut at the Masters. It was an absolute disappointment of epic proportions. It worked out for me. Nothing else worked out for me because Brooks Koepka played well, which was a travesty in and of itself. But I think you're going to get Rory at really low ownership this week. Cut, T47. Nothing makes you feel warm and fuzzy. He pulled out of the RBC Heritage, said, no, I will not play the golf tournament and the golf structure that I came up with in its first year. But you can't tell me 5.9% ownership isn't at least intriguing. The most positively leveraged player that exists on the slate. Insane stuff that Rory McIlroy is 10-7, coming off of the 3 weeks he's had. But you look at some of the stuff over the course of his entire career, and look at this. He's leading the entire field in driving distance. He has a pretty decent tee time draw for what I understand the draw being, a little bit more AM, PM as it stands right now. We'll see if that ends up changing into Wednesday. Make sure you tune in to Live Before Lock with Jeff Ulrich, my dude Ben Raza as well, taking you up to everything, well, letting you know everything you need to know about Oak Hill. But I think you want to be driving it straighter than 50.89% over the course of this season. That has been a little bit abysmal. Abysmal is the right word. Don't forget, a lot of these live golfers, we only have, we don't have like any sample size for them. Just average statistics over the course of their PGA Tour tenures, because it's sure not their live tenures. Just throwing it out there. But Rory, going to be a very fascinating topic of conversation. Callum Shinkwin, that's your next most optimal guy for leverage. We'll get to all of the ins and outs of this. But Tony Finau is my guy. He's mine. I claim him this week. I love him. I think this golf course is set up perfect for him, 22-1 being the number. Everything stands out for him to be the guy. I also love Patrick Cantlay. So where I'm not playing Jon Rahm, because I've kind of made it pretty clear I want to play him over Scotty Scheffler this week, and where I'm not taking pure leverage on Rory McIlroy, I'm happy to be getting to some of this negative leverage of Finau and Cantlay, mainly because even more negatively leveraged is somebody who's more expensive than them that I expect to have next to none of, and that would be Brooks Koepka, who's positively leveraged, and then less negative leverage here, more owned, Xander Schauffele. I'm going to have like virtually neither of them. And the Xander one makes you feel a little uncomfortable considering go to the box score. Judges, he played good last time out, last 2 times out. Wells Fargo, RBC, we're starting to see that form for Xander once again. I was there for 1 week. I was not there for the other week. Let me tell you, 1 week was okay. 1 week was apocalyptic. Last week was just bad. Or that Wyndham Clark week was just bad. Last week, forgot to put in my Rainmakers lineups. Good job, Eric. And then fell asleep trying to edit my cash lineup and played somebody in cash we're not going to speak of. But either way, it's fine. I'm over it. I'm not over it. Let's talk some more positively leveraged golfers, shall we? That's what I want to get to. The optimal percentages are going to change a little bit here, but I like seeing Cameron Young have some slight opportunity to get to him here on a golf course. He's from, so the US Mid-Am, check this out. You guys want to get deep dive? Let's just deep dive, because I like to play golf. I played in the US Mid-Am once upon a time. The winner of that goes to they get to play in a lot of stuff, but the Masters is the primary, yay. But the golf course that hopefully I'll be playing at if I qualify for the US Mid-Am this year, it is being hosted at this lovely golf course. And if you look at some of the greens, at Sleepy Hollow here. This is the home golf course of one Cameron Young. Okay. Look at this. Look at this green complex. It looks like every other green complex that you're going to be looking at here. But it's Scarsdale, New York. Oh, look at that. There's a little bit of New York correlation there as well. So interesting. Green complex is what he grew up on. His dad is the head pro there. Was the teaching pro out of Sleepy Hollow. It's one of the coolest golf courses ever. I really hope I qualify for that freaking thing. But either way, what I'm getting at is that I love when the skill set of a golf course, 7,400, really tough par fours. You got to bomb it. You got to be a great ball striker, I think, this week. And you got to really be on with your long irons. I think this is a great spot to be investing in Cameron Young, close to positive leverage. Again, having negative 0.5, there's only like 3 targets where you're not going to be getting negative leverage at the top. So just embrace it. And I will be freaking sure embracing it. But my boy Sam Burns, everything across the line since he had his driver fixed after the debacle at Riviera where they said, hey, your driver is non-conforming. He had to switch it out. He has started to play some better golf. There's no doubt about it. Box score watching. We're going down to 8,200 here for Sam Burns. Feel really good about his opportunity to go nuts here. 71-71, missed the cut there at the Wells Fargo, but there's nothing to besmirch there. RBC, Masters, everything looks awesome. The Valspar, that's where he always plays well at. I love getting to Sam Burns and the positive leverage here this week. In fact, so much so that I'm going to be embracing tons of him here. And you know what? We're going to be doing single entry. I'm not going to be doing the 150 builds. I think I might be throwing that up on my Twitter for the people. So if you guys want to go follow me at Eric Lindquist, might talk you through a build or two, what I'm looking at doing for the 150 here for the old PGA optimal lineups here on Fantasy Cruncher. Try to build out a couple of things for the people. Got to save some of the goodies for them. And yeah, I'm going to be firing the old PGA streaks. Don't look at Showdown for tomorrow. I like how I always put like bad placeholders in so nobody ever looks at my lineups like they give a shit. Just saying, it's going to be a fun week. We'll go through this in a second, but let's talk some of the cheapies, shall we? Callum Shinkwin, wild to see him, 0.1% ownership, having some optimal. Maverick McNeely and Abraham Answer are absolute targets for me. In fact, from the Live Tour guys, absolutely going to be getting to them. Absolutely looking at Mito Pereira, looking at Patrick Reed. Think that there's going to be a lot of pieces that we want to get to from their section. So Patrick Reed, looking at him, negative leverage. Don't think he's going to be as much of a priority, but Abraham Answer, long irons, that's going to be the name of the game there. And then Abraham Wise. Abraham Wise. Look at that. That'd be an amazing name. That sounds like it's from the Old Testament. Aaron Wise, 6,900, more positive leverage to be had. If you want any of these tools, awesome, possum. But the most important thing I can show you right now is this. The PGA lineup generator. I was given a note. We got to look through this beauty, don't we? Yeah. We got to upgrade to this puppy. Let me see. Got to get it logged in. Got to get all situated. Let me just refresh. See if I can't get this to pop up for you right now. That would be excellent. Getting denied out of my own thing. That would be awesome if we could just... There it is. PGA lineup generator. Contrarian builds. I am looking at firing this thing up. That is for sure. We're going to skip a player to lock. But you can save up to 20 lineups. If you don't want to do any research, these things are optimally built to give you guys the best opportunity. And I love Matt Fitzpatrick, Patrick Cantley, and Wyndham Clark. That is what I was going to show, is that these lineup generators are giving you out 3 of my favorite plays on the entire week. Wyndham Clark, coming off of a win. I missed out on that. It was sad stuff. He was super popular. He's going to be super popular again, but I think for good reason. I think I'm going to have a lot of builds where I'm just going to intertwine him with a lot of lower owned pieces. That is what you want to do. You want to find leverage. But if you want to find leverage quickly in 20 lineups, you can export through a CSV. You're all set to go, friends. So take advantage of everything we have here for the lineup generator. Don't want to give away too much this week. Again, it's major championship week. I was told 15 minutes, to be honest. So there we go. Let's fire it up, friends. To my single entry, we go. I talked about it. John Rahm, click. Going to be going to Tony Finau, click. And now it gets really hairy. But I think you can get to Sam Burns. And then this low 7K range, Nikolai Hogard, a couple of good ball strikers here, a number of different pieces. This is going to be the make or break range. I like Keith Mitchell. Give me a pure ball striker, somebody who can bomb it. Overall driving distance, it's been really ugly in the box score, but nobody is going to play Keith Mitchell as a result, and I'm very excited about it. Mito Pereira talked about him as well. And then 6,800, lots of opportunities for you guys to find that piece. It could be Thomas Peters, Eric Cole, maybe just short game specialist your way around there. And Adrian Moronk, I'm going to have some shares of him as well coming off of his Italian Open win. I know everybody's excited about that, but that was my super quick, super concise, much better to the point opportunity for you to see everything we have here at Stokastic for the PGA Championship. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. I'm going to be doing a lineup breakdown on Wednesday, showing you my process, talking through some things, might be firing it up on Twitter. I'll figure out exactly where I want to be doing that, but hit me up at Eric Lindquist on Twitter. Happy to walk you through anything with the lineup generator, things of that nature. Until next time, friends, this is the major week. Let's take advantage. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the PGA DFS streets this weekend.